Hey. Hi guys, welcome back. All right, so let's get into this. It's going to be a today's topic video. It is for the 7th of August. So 8-7, we're coming right up to that 8-8 portal. We're getting pretty close. We have got Observer, and we have this little fox who's got his little telescope and he's looking up at the moon. So looking at somebody from a distance away. The fox definitely could indicate somebody who's being a little crafty about this, trying to keep themselves, on the down low, like not being noticed. Um, it doesn't have to be that anybody has any ill intents. By the way, this is card number 49. That could be a date, you know, 49 minutes past the hour. That could be someone's age. But we certainly have somebody who's watching from a distance and clearly maybe doesn't really want that to be known because they are a fox. Love is legendary. So great to see you. Hey, darling. Let's take another look. Okay, and we have some more spying. So we have the Page of Swords, or in this deck they call it the Princess of Swords. So we definitely have somebody doing some heavy duty. I hear that song, I always feel like somebody's watching me when I got no privacy. What is this about? I mean, maybe this is two people watching each other, or this is one person like really dialed in. Excuse me, I'm going to cough again. The sun is here, which is strong Leo energy. The sun is clarity, though. So I don't know how long anybody's going to be secret about it, because if you're trying to be crafty, the sun illuminates everything that's hidden. Now, it could just be saying that what somebody is spying on, they're like, oh, I like that. Oh, that makes me so happy. When I spy, I see nice things. I see something that makes me joyful. So let's go with that better interpretation, because the sun is a great card. It's hard to get a bad interpretation on the sun. We have got a Queen of Cups, and we've got the Three of Coins. No. So if somebody's doing some heavy duty spying on August the 7th, all they're seeing is nice. I like everything about her. I like her kindness. I like her gentleness. I like her softness. I like the fact that she seems like a breath of fresh air. She seems like somebody who I'd want to grow with, build with. I can see her accomplishments. I can see what kind of person this is. So somebody is really liking what they see as they spy on this Queen of Cups. And they may be seeing like, this is the kind of person I would want to interact with. Then why are they doing the spy stuff? Why all the spying? And why from the foxy attitude? Magician sideways. This is Virgo Gemini energy. If they just don't want to be like noticed spying yet, and I say yet because that card is sideways, this doesn't have to mean this person's a trickster. If it were this way, I'd be like, ooh, they're a trickster. Instead, it's, the magician energy is I'm trying to manifest, but maybe it's like I want to keep that part quiet. I don't really want to say it yet. I'm still working on some stuff. Nobody wants, no, let's say a magician who's still learning how to practice. They want to perfect their craft first. I'm not saying that they're working on becoming craftier and more, apt to be deceptive. Not at all. In fact, if anything, what we have is somebody who's sitting here with they've lit a little candle and they're connecting to their ancestors and they're doing quite a spiritual, like maybe moon ceremony or something. And they're just like, I don't want to admit that I really want to welcome this energy into my life. And right now, as I look at her, it's really joyful and it puts my mind in a happy place. And I am trying to manifest her. From what I can tell, they want to manifest her, but maybe I should double check that. But they're not ready to admit that part yet. I feel like it's like a confidence thing that they're still working on. Five of Pentacles. They are definitely like, don't even look at me yet. Don't, I'm not ready. Not ripe. I don't know why I want to say it that way. Like you see this person like, stop. I always love this sassy, it looks like somebody that would be carved like into Egyptian hieroglyphs, but they've got like a very sassy, like talk to the hand kind of attitude. And I just dig that card so much because of that. But a Five of Pentacles says, I'm not ready. I don't have everything together yet. Can you please not notice that I'm trying to manifest you and that right now I just want to do some spying and it makes me really happy to spy, but I don't want to talk to you yet because I'm not ready. Hi, everyone. So great to see you all tonight. Okay, so there's some ego involved. Hey, we all got our ego, right? If this person's like, I'm not ready because I'm still working on some aspects of me right now, okay? I'm not feeling totally empowered. I'm not ready to drop my ego just yet. I don't want you to see me or interact with me until I'm in a more empowered state. If anything, I think that makes perfect sense. I think we've all been there where it's like, let's use something more relatable. Let's say, who hasn't been like looking their absolute worst, right? And we're like, I'm just going to run into the grocery store. You know, I just rolled out of bed, haven't showered in 6 days. Okay, probably not 6, but haven't showered in a couple days. You know, like have like pillow face, you know, from sleeping on your face, and in your like ratty tatty, you know, sweats that have like a, you know, stain of like orange soda on them, and some huge baggy t-shirt, and, you know, your messy little Crocs, and you're like, I'm just gonna run into the store, 7 a.m. Nobody else is gonna be there. And that's when you always spot a hottie, right? That's always when you spot your crush or the person that you like, or, you know, somebody that you're like, oh my God, no. And invariably they'll always walk right up to you. You know, that's like the law of the universe. And when you just want to disappear into the floor, that's when somebody's going to flag you down. Hey, and they want to have like deep and meaningful eye locked conversation 2 inches away from your face. That's when those things happen. And I think that's why our character's like, I am not ready for that. I will turn around and leave the store and pretend that wasn't me. Like that's the energy that I have for this character. Like they're not ready. And I think it's so like relatable. Somebody doesn't want this right now. Please don't notice me just yet. I'm not ready to talk to you just yet because I have to get some stuff in order. Can I just ask, what do you need to get in order? We have the sun and the moon, so it could be they're balancing out their divine masculine and feminine energies. Hierophant in the reverse says, I mean, this person could have gone through some huge shakeup in their world, or they're in the midst of it. The Hierophant can be everything from our belief systems, you know, our faith. It can be matters of organization and structure. It could have to do with, you know, somebody's going through big turmoil in like their monetary or financial systems. They're, you know, it's big stuff. And right now they do not have a solid foundation. So it's very understandable if somebody's going through some upheaval where they're like, I have to first get my life balanced a little bit. I have to feel balanced in myself. I have to feel good about who I am. I mean, maybe this is like, I'm not going to say somebody's in crisis because they're not in crisis. They're just in transition right now between, you know, who they are today and who they'll be tomorrow. And, you know, like think of transitioning between jobs, and it's like, okay, quitting this job, starting that next one, but I'm not going to have a paycheck for a couple extra weeks because of the, you know, the staggering of things. I don't want to ask somebody on a date or start talking to them when I don't have any money to even ask them out yet properly. Like that would be an example of why someone would maybe delay. So it just feels like it's all right that our character needs to just, you know, take their time a little bit. Totally understandable. But in the meantime, they're really enjoying the spying, specifically on the 7th. What is so special about the 7th? Oh. I'm so sorry, guys. Asthma's still just not letting up this round. We got the Empress. She looks really good. She looks amazing. It's as simple as that. He's looking in her direction, and it's like, my God, That's not just a Queen of Cups. She's not just sweet. She's not just somebody that gives him a lot of joy, but she's a freaking Empress. And Empresses are very impressive. Um, this could be somebody that specifically is like in his eyes has elevated, oh God, has elevated up a whole nother level. And unfortunately, he's seeing the disparity between the two of them now increasing, like that distance. It's like, God, she's not even just a Queen of Cups. She's an Empress. And now I'm feeling like I'm a Five of Cups. I'm feeling like, because he's had this plan. He's had this plan. We see a lovely, absolutely lovely, intention to have like this date, some champagne, but otherwise it's and golden goblets to sip out of. But otherwise, it's like out here in nature, and it's just really peaceful and really beautiful and really like simple. Um, I feel like that was his intention, but now he's like wondering that probably still wouldn't be enough because she's a full blown Empress. Oh, that kind of thing bugs me when somebody starts to admire somebody and then they immediately go, you know what, that person is so great that I'm shrinking how I feel about myself, and what I could offer them is probably that's it's not fancy enough, it's not expensive enough, it's not, you know what, you the reason it bugs me is because you already saw her as this really loving, really beautiful energy of the Queen of Cups, and as an Empress is not petty. She's not going to be seeking, like, oh, it has to be this expensive. Otherwise, I don't see it as valuable. That's the whole point of what an Empress actually is. An Empress looks for the quality of like someone's heart. An Empress looks for the quality of someone's mind. She doesn't care. She's not going to care at all about money. She's not going to care at all about, those ridiculous, I'll say, like strata, social strata. That's what makes an empress, or a king or a queen, a king or a queen. It's because they see beyond that meaningless social strata. Whether or not somebody has a lot of money, that has no bearing on whether or not they're a good person, no bearing on whether or not they're an attractive person or someone you never want to spend any time with. So I just hope that he's not deciding he's coming up even like falling more short, even though he's like admiring her even more. Admiring somebody shouldn't make us feel less about ourselves. It should make us happy to know somebody great, some that we think highly of. And if anything, that should like hopefully lift us. Perhaps he'll come around to that because we do have the World card. And sometimes we have to think ourselves in a bit of a loop before we find the better way to look at inspiration. I hope, because I don't love the fact that first we were off to, a happy little spying start. He is, enjoying this, spying on her. It was making him happy. He was seeing something beautiful, even though he's like, I'm not ready to talk yet. I don't want her to know I'm spying on her yet. That's why I'm doing this kind of secretive. But gosh, she's great. But then we got to the point where it's like, oh, she's super great. And I'm super not. But we got the World card that gives me hope that this is going to turn around. We have a Four of Swords sideways. Something is going on in her world also on the 7th, perhaps. She might actually be traveling or be just freaking exhausted from traveling. She might be like, here's the thing. If he's thinking he doesn't have much to offer right now, do you know how often we just need somebody who's kind to like be a friend to us or something? I just feel like she may really, if he would quit just spying and maybe reach out or something, that could be the support that she actually needs right now. Just because you look at somebody and you go, oh, they're an Empress, oh, they're a Queen of Cups, their world must be so perfect. Nobody's world is easy or perfect. And it just says she might be up against like big changes in her life on the 7th. She might be kind of like worn out, fatigued. A lot of, look, transition in life is hard. And I'm just wondering if he's not getting the full picture of what she might be going through, even though he's doing some heavy duty spying. Let me just ask, are you getting the full snapshot of what is happening with her? No, not at all. 9 of Swords sideways. No. If anything, there's nothing so far that he has observed that would even let him in on like what's going on behind closed doors for her. She may be very stressed out. And he's looking at her going, God, she's so great. And I'm feeling so small. And it's like, it's such a great reminder that when we look into other people's worlds, we don't know at all what's going on in their world unless you are in their inner circle and you have intimate knowledge of what their real life is like and what their heart feels like and what their hurts are like. You really got no business staring into anybody's life and imagining that they are this or that, neither to put them on a pedestal nor to, criticize them and, imagine that they're this or they're that when we don't know what their life has been and where they're coming from. And at least not at that personal level. Like, I mean, of course, there's professions and jobs and stuff where the things people are going to strut around and say, you're like, okay, you're super responsible for the words that you just, announced. You're responsible for, I'm thinking like politicians and the things that they say or the way that they vote and those, those trackable records that prove this is actually what you were saying you stand for. That's different. Then we're going to probably make judgment calls about, but that's again about specific things. It's not about necessarily someone as a person, right? This is, he's imagining things about this individual's life of which he knows nothing. And it's all heart-centered, heart-related. And I think it's such a good reminder that we don't know other people's hurts and pains. We don't know their fears. We don't know what's going on if we're only spying on them from a distance. Or I shouldn't even say spying, watching from a distance, observing. I mean, it makes sense that we learn through watching people, and seeing how people behave. Of course, we all do that to a certain extent. You can't help it. We gather information about the world around us because we got eyeballs and we got ears. That's what we're supposed to use those senses for, is to observe and listen. We got 2 ears and 2 eyes, so we're probably supposed to look and listen twice as much as we talk, right? We get the Knight of Swords upright. Snap decisions, snap judgments, and assessments are his big mistake in this. If he's making a mistake, that's where it is I'm making a snap decision. And he's kind of embarrassed. What's the swift action? Because sometimes the Knight of Swords can be, I want to say something. We have a 10 of Pentacles. Now, unfortunately, I almost think this is him like running away. Everything was going pretty well, and now we see him like not knowing what's going on with her, assuming a bunch of things, and then possibly retreating a little bit more because it's almost like he's embarrassed that he was thinking maybe we could be something. Oh, he's chasing himself right away from this amazing person that he was just thinking is great and this is going to go somewhere. And now we see him like spiraling down. Universe, weigh in on this real quick because I don't want to see that happen. Getting embarrassed and backing off further or running away. The universe says, no, it's maybe a good thing. If you need to go do some deep thinking about, why do you perceive that you're not ready? Why are you putting somebody on a pedestal and lowering yourself? Why are you making somebody that you wish for out of your league, out of your reach, when nobody's out of anybody's league, right? Every person has equal value. But they maybe do need, this is that Hermit energy, that Virgo energy. Maybe they do need to, like, instead of spying externally on somebody that they like, and then letting it make them feel embarrassed or bad inside, it says, no, this is a good thing to retreat and get their bearings again. This person, the irony here is that they're great. Look at how much power this person actually possesses. They are hemorrhaging power, magic, even right out of their hands. This is somebody who's so close to reaching their own personal like star. So maybe she's more of a catalyst for them. Ace of Swords, he's getting to a place of clarity, and we have the Strength card. So we actually do have them, if they can turn this around in their head a little bit, if they spy on her in the morning, maybe again one more time in the evening, but then by nightfall they've talked themselves through like this panic that I'm not good enough. She's a freaking Empress. What the hell was I thinking? She looks so hot today. She looks so beautiful. She's so nice. She's so talented. She's blah, 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 blah. And that makes them like start to chide themselves, you know. Oh God, what's that song? Is I think Patrick Swayze sang it. Just a fool to believe I have anything she needs. She's like the wind. And that's if they retreat by nightfall, but start to actually do a little bit of self-reflection and be like, wait a second, this is crazy talk. Why am I telling myself all this? Why don't I find the truth of this? The truth is maybe she does come across as really brave and really strong. And damn it, I want to be with her. I want to be with somebody like that. I want to be her partner. I want to be, I'm hearing that song, I want to be your man. It's, I don't know. I think they're coming around full circle. This has been quite the winding tale. Okay, so I already know what this card is because my puppy ate it when he was a baby, and I like it because it reminds me of Aries when he was very tiny with razor sharp little teeth and was teething so much, and he would always specifically try to eat my cards. And he got to quite a few. I had quite a few casualties. I have a divine masculine deck that I cannot use because he ate too many of them. But it makes me happy because it added another layer to this card for me. And yes, I actually do have a brand new one of these decks. I've had it for years. I've never opened it because I like this. It makes me happy to think of my baby. But this also says more to me. There's been no obstacle for a long time. And this is a time of great alignment. This is the Wheel of Fortune. And the Wheel of Fortune is where divine timing is actually like on our side. Like this person is great. He's great. He's telling himself that he's not, but meeting her has been both like something that is nice because it's made him admire somebody for all the right reasons. It's also brought to the surface where some of his own fears were, and he's come around kind of full circle. And we literally see like, kind of like the zodiac wheel like marching around the sun here. And let's not forget we're in this energy right now of that alignment, right? Where Sirius the dog star is in alignment with Orion's belt, also in alignment with Earth and with the sun. So if ever there were a good time to have some breakthroughs, I could see how it would be now. So I kind of think that this story has taken us on this, this journey of, wow, I'm spying. I like her. I don't want to talk to her yet, but she's great. God, she's too great. Damn it. This is ridiculous. I'm never going to be with her. To, why am I thinking like this? This is ridiculous. It's exactly the kind of person that I want to match with for all the right reasons. So why don't I get busy matching with her instead? This, at least the universe says there is no more waiting necessary except their own mindset. That's the only blockage. Their mindset has to change. So I think that, I don't know, like that's a nice two sacred circles. This came out earlier today and I can't remember in what video it was in. It might have been in the singles storyline, but this Two of Pentacles, sacred circles, either or. And this I always look at as Ursa Major, the big bear, the Big Dipper, to us in the sky. And so it's very visible in my sky right now, but I'm in the northern hemisphere. So perhaps that's why. But this, again, gives us like a timeline is why I'm saying it this way. You notice how knowing her, meeting her, interacting with her, or just simply spying on her, that was supposed to happen is what this says. And we don't know yet, but maybe him, coming full circle, right? Taking that winding road, like I was saying, following that figure eight, he thought himself kind of in a figure eight in this story and coming back around full circle and facing her, like, this is my destiny. Is that Paul Anka? You Are My Destiny. Yeah. 1950s track. It feels like he has forgotten one critical component, which is she needs something from him too. Whatever it is that he will be like bringing into her life will be every bit as valuable as the inspiration she has brought to him. But I definitely think that this is like, wait a second, I do have something to give a person that I care about. Well, yeah, being kind to somebody, loving them, admiring them, all of that. Who doesn't want to feel that way? Who doesn't need a partner who looks at them that way? So he has a lot to offer, first off, in support. But we also got a hint that she's having kind of a tough time right now. And he doesn't even know it. He doesn't even realize yet that she may need him. So I definitely feel like these two are. It's nice to see that he's thought himself through that figure eight, and he's come around full circle. That, wait a second, I almost talked myself out of ever being ready to approach her, and thank God that's being turned around. But there's a lot to be said with letting a character work through their process, right? And that's what this is about. He's had this process of blockages that he alone put there, so he alone has to think himself through them. But this is an intelligent character. We watched him think himself through it. So the 7th is a really important day. 7 is a divine number, let's not forget. So that could be why he's having these breakthroughs also on the 7th. But I'm always cheering for our characters. I always want them to be happy. So you guys, thanks so much for being here. Cherry Coleman, great to see you. Black Moon Majesty 33, thank you so much for popping in. Great to see you. Sweet, thank you. It was 1958. Awesome. Dwayne Anderson, hi. It has been a minute. Dwayne, how are you? Sweet dreams, Black Moon Majesty. Carol 707, my pleasure. Thank you for being here, hun. Sweet, you like my little puppy chompers. RS love, it's so sweet. You like it too. It is. It's cute to me. I like Aries puppy's teeth. Gabriella, nice to catch you. Friendsham, hey hey. Godzilla MC's in the house. Hey. It's so cute. Godzilla MC and Sweet are both side by side. My music lovers. Rachel's Magic is another one who just like instantly always has all the music at the tip of her fingertips. Hers. I'm sorry, I don't know who's who, but thank you guys so much for being here. Manus Luthra, I agree. Yeah. A little Depeche Mode. I love that. Dropping some Depeche into the chat. Hi, Full Priestess. Hi. Shell Hamilton. So good to see you, honey. I know, right, Carrie? Yes. Every time I do not want to bump into somebody, that is always when it happens. I'm telling you. Roz Crump, nice to catch you, hun. Lavender Moon, wonderful to see you tonight. Thanks again, Love is Legendary. Rare Lestrange is in the house. Hey, hey, Night Owls. Courtney Jade, awesome to see you. All right, you guys. Sweet dreams for now. I will see you guys tomorrow. Thank you so much for giving it a thumbs up, you guys. Really appreciate it. That's great, Black Moon Majesty. I hope there's lots of really good energy coming forward. Dwayne Anderson, I'm glad your night is better. All right, you guys, sending lots of love, lots of happiness out there to everybody. Crystal Pixley, hi, hun. My pleasure. Thank you for being here. All right, you guys, bye for now.